engulfing the base of the dome, where the conical and hemispherical tractor and pressor fields of the meteor screens were generated. A ghost image of the white mountains, starlight reflected off fields of oxygen and nitrogen snow. There was a hint of coruscation outlining the peaks of the mountains, barely discernible, gaseous matter, and stripped ions fleeing to dark side from the sunburned plains beyond, reflecting the sun's electromagnetic field and particular radiations. The matter solidified again this side of the mountains. Gradually, over the decades, as sunrise drew nearer, the white snowfields darkened, the dust against the driftwell deepened. The conical tractor field glowed pinkly, the pressor hemisphere glared into golden flame, the city shuddered on its foundations, grumbled. "Meteor," Kim whispered to himself. "Big one." High in the night above the city somewhere, the meteor's course was changed, directed away from the dome. Kim saw it, white-hot from the heat energy gained during the sudden change, smash into the crater wall some miles away. The explosion was almost atomic in proportions. Dust boiled up, the city shivered, glowing bits of shattered rock streaked toward the White Mountains like 1,000 tiny rockets. "Magnificent," he whispered. For the first time in a year, he was glad to be alive. Lately he had been thinking much of voluntary termination, but this vindicated his reluctance. There was always one more new thing to be seen, if one could endure the overpowering boredom between happenings. 2 new things, perhaps. He was nearly blinded by the sudden spear of light exploding upward from somewhere in the White Mountains. Like a long and dissipating arm of fire, it reached toward the city, flame-tongue. He was awed. It was the first time he had seen this most spectacular of Blackworld's few weather phenomena, the result of the sun's rays falling suddenly on a patch of gas snow, converting it from the solid to gaseous states in microseconds. Sunlight reflected off the dust carried upward by the expanding vapors made the flame-tongue. Kim considered both manifestations with something like religious awe. They were omens, harbingers of the fiery doom the sun promised the city. So said the disciple of the sun cultists, whose word was presently law, both religious and temporal, conveniently ignoring the fact that the meteors were present only because Blackworld had entered their cometary orbits as they came in from deep space, as happened every 900 years, and sunrise was an event expected for millennia. Edgeworld was the last of the great dome cities of Blackworld, farthest from the sun when the world was created, or colonized, as a small atheist faction would have it, last to be destroyed as the world turned, her agony prolonged because, according to sun cult dogma, the sun god had known she was the city to sink deepest into iniquity. For her wickedness and belief in the heresy of the Starfathers, the jealous god would slay her with spears of light. One day soon the sun would rise above the White Mountains. The tractor and pressor screens would be as nothing before the sudden storm of radiant energies. The top of the dome would melt, the city's atmospheric temperature would soar 3,000 degrees, and molten glass steel would be hurled into a burning sky. So said the disciple of the sun, and Kim knew most of it was true. He had watched the destruction of the City of Night 1,500 years earlier, and had talked to men who had seen Darkside Landing die. He sighed, tried to turn his thoughts to more pleasant subjects. Could not. Well, thank the Starfathers, the end, when it finally came, would be swift. A lance of sunlight, a boom, and the structures of Edgeworth City would, like waxen images, melt into a vast and bubbling pool, a lake of fire.